It somewhat ruined the existing equilibrium. It shakes the existing tradition. So fans versus haters, hey, it's predictable. So, even if you're considered weird or different, don't bother. Of course, along the way, you may see or even experience failures, dream that fail. But I have never seen any successful people. I have never seen those made it happen who's not a dreamer or a visionary. So, start the day by dreaming, imagining, hoping. And of course, after you dream or vision what you want to do in life, then you got to believe it. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Faith is the opening of all sides and at every level of one's life to the divine inflow." And then there's one other quote that, this has been my favorite. It's by Samuel Butler, 19th century British author. He said, "You can do very little with faith, but you can do nothing without it." So you got to believe yourself. If you don't believe yourself, you don't believe your dreams, you don't believe your own vision, your own goals, or whether or not you can reach them, how can you convince people to believe your dreams? And what those dreamers do after they dream, they vision it and they believe it. They see it with their eyes of faith before making it happen. So they see it with their eyes of faith before they're making it happen. Not the other way around. Hello? So, after you believe it, now comes the hardest thing. Making it happen. When you already believe in your dreams and try to make it happen, note this, there will be a lot of factors that you will have to do or not do. You will need some adjustments, work real hard, real smart, be consistent, learn, read, listen, feel, watch. And because there are so many things to do to make it happen, it is very common to meet obstacles or struggles. They can vary from people around us, even strangers who try to talk you into giving up, to the people whom we trust the most, like our family, our parents, our best friends, who don't believe your dreams or to, even said that it's impossible. It can even be yourself. It can be you getting tired from trying, being consistent, tried to survive, all the harsh critics. It can be you giving up or getting lazy because nothing happens. Or it can be you getting comfortable because you've achieved a lot and, you thought, well, maybe this is enough. But again, it's all in here. Mindset. You're supposed to control your mind and not the other way around, because after all, the biggest power in this world, I think, is the power over yourself. Is the power over oneself. About a few years ago when I was 19 years old, I was asked by the press. And they asked this right after I won my awards. And by then, when I was 19 years old, I have had won many awards. And that's why they asked me this question. They asked, Nez, what other things in life you want? What do you want? What else do you want in your career? Because it seems like you got it all. Then, I said, just like a child who dreams to be a doctor, I said, I want to go international. I want to go global. I want to win my first Grammy. For some people, they said it's arrogance. But for me, it's called dream. And after all, it was what made me won that award at the first place. I knew what's my goal, what I want in life, and I'm not afraid to make it happen, to do more than what it takes to make it happen. I call that confidence, the urge and the drive to elevate to the next level. They call it arrogance. I call it a goal to keep me focused on my journey, to keep me on track. So if they want to call me arrogant for knowing what I want, then call away. Call me arrogant. Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Right? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And boy, do I get some harsh comments. People wrote in the tabloids, talked about how arrogant I was for having that dream, to even think that, I had, even a chance to go international. I was young, and I was kind of shocked. I mean, I knew there will be controversials that will emerge, but I never really thought that it would be that huge. There are a lot of people saying, texting me or sending email to my management, saying how I inspire their life. But there are a lot of people, there are also a lot of people hating me for knowing what I want and not afraid to have that dream. And at that time, I just remember and held on to what my mom used to say to me all the time. She said, "Nes, do you know what's the difference between a winner and a master?" Well, she called it maestro, but I bet there's a little different meaning with maestro in Indonesian language and maestro in English. But, this is what she said. She said, "A winner is someone who wins in one event, in one occasion, in that particular event. But a master is someone who not only win, but face their problems, solve it, and still getting out of it as a winner. And that is a master." Since then I learned to focus on the things that I need to focus on, how to use that negative energy and change it to become positive. A lot of people thought that just because I don't talk about my problems, a lot of people thought that I never experienced times of struggles. Just because I don't look sad in front of the camera, people really believe that all the paths that I went through were easy. Thinking that my life is so perfect and that is why I am, who I am right now. But it's wrong. It's wrong because I am who I am right now because I don't have perfect life. I am who I am right now not because I have, never tasted the bitterness of life. As a matter of fact, I can be who I am right now because of all the problems that I have had. So if we go back to the, Newton's first law that says, every object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change its state by the action of an external force, guess what? Those external force is exactly what makes me who I am right now. All the pain so I can sympathize, all the struggles so I can appreciate, all the tears so I know what a happiness is, and most important of all, I need to face all of them so that I know I'm just a human being. An imperfect one who needs the perfect God. The imperfection that needs molding, God can do. Only God can do. It is exactly that external force that moves us forward, brings us higher, and elevate us to the next level. So if you have problems, you got to be thankful, and I got nothing to say to them other than thank you for making my skin a little bit thicker, to teach me how to focus on the positive and keep going. To throw those bricks at me that actually help me build my strong foundation. Actually, those problems are what makes me who I am right now. And I bet there are people who talk about you. Talk about your dreams. Okay, what's your dream? It's okay. What's your dream? It's okay. It's okay.